SATA. Think of SATA, or Serial Advanced Technology Attachment, as the reliable, high-speed plumbing system of the modern computer. For over 2 decades, SATA has been the industry standard for connecting hard drives, SSDs, and optical drives to the motherboard. As you prepare for your A+ exam and build your cybersecurity home lab in NYC, you must understand that while NVMe is currently the speed champion for boot drives, SATA remains the king of bulk storage. Whether you are adding a massive 3.5-inch hard drive for backups or a 2.5-inch SSD for your virtual machines, mastering the SATA interface is a mandatory skill for any IT professional. The evolution from parallel to serial. To appreciate SATA, you have to know what it replaced. PATA, parallel ATA. The old parallel cables were wide, flat ribbons that were difficult to manage, blocked airflow, and were limited to very slow speeds because the electrical signals would interfere with each other. SATA moved everything to a serial connection, meaning data is sent 1 bit at a time in a very fast, very thin stream. This allowed for much higher speeds, smaller connectors, and cables that can be up to 1 meter long without losing signal quality. 1. The physical connections. As a technician, you must be able to identify the 2 specific cables required for every SATA drive. Unlike the old days where one cable did everything, SATA splits the duties. The data cable. This is the smaller of the 2 connectors. It is a thin, flat cable with a distinct L-shaped internal notch. This L-shape is a key that prevents you from plugging it in upside down. The data cable connects the back of the drive directly to one of the SATA ports on your motherboard. The power cable. The power cable is significantly wider than the data cable. It also features that same L-shaped notch for safety. It provides 3 different voltages, 3V, 5V, and 12V, directly from your power supply to the drive. 2. SATA revisions and speeds. For the CompTIA A+ exam, you must memorize the 3 major versions of SATA. The good news is that they are all backward compatible, meaning you can plug a brand new SATA 3 drive into a 15-year-old SATA 1 motherboard, and it will still work, though it will be limited to the older, slower speed. SATA Revision 1, the original standard. It moved data at 1.5 gigabits per second, roughly 150 megabytes per second. SATA Revision 2 doubled the speed to 3 gigabits per second, roughly 300 megabytes per second. SATA Revision 3, the current modern standard. It doubled the speed again to 6 gigabits per second, roughly 600 megabytes per second. As a cybersecurity professional, remember this. 600 megabytes per second is the speed limit of SATA even if you buy the most expensive SSD in the world. If it uses a SATA cable, it can never go faster than this limit. This is exactly why we invented NVMe, to break past this 600 MB ceiling. 3. Specialized SATA variants. In the field, you will encounter 2 other versions of SATA that look a bit different. eSATA, external SATA. These are shielded cables designed to connect external hard drives to the back of a PC. They offer the exact same speed as internal SATA, but have a more rugged, square connector without the L-shaped notch. MSATA, Mini SATA. Before we had the stick of gum M2 drives, we had MSATA. These were tiny circuit boards that plugged directly into a slot on a laptop motherboard. They used the SATA 3 protocol but required no cables. They are mostly legacy hardware now, but you may still see them in older laptops. The technician's maintenance, hot swapping. One of the greatest features of SATA is hot swapping. If your motherboard and operating system, like Ubuntu, support it, you can physically plug in or unplug a SATA drive while the computer is still running. This is critical for server administration. If a hard drive fails in a massive data array, you don't want to shut down the whole network just to change one disk. With SATA, you can simply pull the dead drive out and slide a new one in, and the system will automatically detect it and start rebuilding the data. Summary for the A+ exam. SATA uses a serial connection and replace the old PATA ribbon cables. The cables are keyed with an L shape to prevent incorrect installation. SATA 3 is the standard, maxing out at 6 Gbps. All versions are backward compatible. By mastering the SATA interface, you ensure that your bulk storage, your terabytes of logs, packet captures, and backup images are connected reliably and efficiently.